There are people who love animals, and then there are people who love painful stings and bites from animals. 38-year-old American Nathaniel Coyote Peterson is one such crazy personality, and today's video is about his life. Born in Newberry Center, Ohio on September 1st, 1981, Peterson had an interest in animals from a very young age. Newberry had lots of surrounding wilderness, and growing up in such a place offered him a perfect playground to explore animals and their habitats. He developed an intimate connection with nature and spent most of his time outdoors chasing animals and catching bullfrogs and turtles. In an interview with Guinness World Records, he said, "Growing up in Ohio, I'd spend my time exploring the wild areas behind my home. Forests, creeks, swamps, and a hidden lake add up to an endless opportunity for adventure. My number one animal infatuation was the common snapping turtle. Even to this day, my favorite thing to do when I'm not on the road working is to head out to any body of water to search for these prehistoric-looking reptiles." There's an interesting story about how he came to be nicknamed Coyote. Considering his interest in wildlife, the first thought that comes to mind is that he must have adopted the name from the canine cousin of the gray wolf. But in reality, it has an absolutely different origin. Peterson was fascinated by the reclusive horny lizard and was always on a lookout for the intriguing reptile without much success. He somehow got this belief that chaparral birds, or roadrunners, can lead him to horny lizards since they prey on the latter. So he, along with his sister, would chase the roadrunners. His antics reminded his mother of the famous Warner Brothers cartoon Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, and that is how he got his nickname. Peterson studied at Notre Dame Cathedral Latin High School, a college prep school, and developed an interest in videography. So he enrolled at Ohio State University to study filmmaking. He learned and refined his art of storytelling by the time he graduated in 2004. His heart, however, lied in wildlife. So he combined his newly learned skills with his passion to record his wildlife adventures and weave stories out of them. He started posting them on YouTube. This is how his now hugely popular channel, Brave Wilderness, started. His partner in crime was Emmy Award-winning nature cinematographer Mark Vins, who sticks around with him to this day. Together, they have filmed over 500 videos. Mario Aldecoa is another prominent team member. Peterson has no formal education in biological science, nor any animal training, but his instinctive videos are more insightful and engaging than most experts. A typical video on his channel starts with the introduction of a species, its habitat, and then Peterson's interaction with it. He shoots it from many angles, using various devices, and over a period, he's built up a crew of professionals for filming his extreme adventures. Peterson, cruising in his Indiana Jones hat, speaks about his subjects eloquently in a conversational tone, and builds up the suspense to take the audience to its high point. He endures excruciating pain to give a vicarious experience to the audience about suffering the most deadly bites and stings on the planet. For example, in his video, Stung by a Bullet Ant, he goes to the rainforests of Costa Rica in search of the most dreaded ant in the world, the bullet ant, to experience its sting. Crazy, right? A normal human wouldn't touch that creature with a pole, but Coyote finds it, holds it with entomological forceps, and thrusts it on his wrist till the insect does what it's infamous for. It stings. "Oh my gosh!" Peterson screams and collapses, trembling to the forest floor. "Gah, it's really bad!" His face turns white. He writhes, sweating, the veins on his neck popping out. Then his vocalizations become stranger and more primitive, distressed breathing, howls, squeals. Finally, he gathers himself. He tries to describe the pain in more detail. "I'm experiencing hot, radiating waves of pain. It feels as if someone is stabbing me with a hot poker," he says. "This is getting worse." It went on like this. In the process, the audience is educated about the Costa Rican rainforest, a deadly unknown species of ant, and man's frontiers with daredevilry. One has to see it to believe it. Similarly, he's gotten himself on the receiving end of wasps, hornets, alligators, sea urchins, giant centipedes, lobsters, lionfish, porcupines, tarantulas, Gila monsters, crabs, and leeches. On the audience's demand, he also did the Coyote Meets Coyote episode to justify his nickname. He's categorized his exciting expeditions on his channel in the form of the following series: Breaking Trail, Dragon Tail, Coyote's Backyard, Beyond the Tide, and On Location. In one of his early episodes on Breaking Trail, He introduced viewers to his favorite reptile, the common snapping turtle. He said he calls them mud dragons because of their yellow eyes. Later in Dragon Tales, he started exploring more about the snapping turtle, sharing his childhood memory of the men of the Mississippi. And what is this all for? Just to follow his passion? Get rich? Probably not. He is a wildlife educator and a conservationist. He's contributing to saving the planet by taking so much pain. His videos have featured Costa Rica, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Japan, the Bahamas, and the United States as locations. Years of passionate and fearless work has made his YouTube channel the most viewed wildlife channel, with 16 million subscribers and over 3 billion views. It's recognized by Guinness World Records for being the most subscribed YouTube channel dedicated to animals. Breaking Trail won an Emmy in 2015. And Coyote is now a YouTube star and a world-renowned wildlife educator. He's also made some big deals and collaborations. He now hosts on the most popular wildlife TV channels, Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. His program, Coyote Peterson, Brave the Wild, premiered on February 9, 2020 on Animal Planet. Coyote also featured on Conan alongside Jeff Goldblum, and in that episode, he showed the audience the world's largest slug and a bird-eating tarantula. Apart from filming his adventures and hosting shows, he's also authored several books. With multiple sources of income topped by YouTube AdSense revenue, his current net worth is estimated to be $3 million. He is a living example of how one can make it big by following one's passion. His continuous support to wildlife causes and interest in wildlife conservation is inspirational. Well, we wrap it up here. So who do you think are some other people who have made it big by following their unusual passions? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video, and please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest updates.